Hello everyone, this is Jeff Kirby, the Philly Mummer Costumer with JMK Costuming and Show Design. Somebody's got a new favorite show. DCI Eastern Classic Allentown, night one last night. Really great, power-packed, action-packed show from the chorus who were there. Of course, we've got night two coming up tonight. But this is the setup going into finals week. So this is where everybody's kind of getting in line before that final push for the championship, for the final 12 on Saturday next week, which is the ultimate goal, to get into Saturday's show. Really good show last night. Let's start out with the Spartans. Who knew? Holy cow. First core to come on. Open class, standing ovation, first show of the night. Standing ovation by, it seemed to be the entire crowd. Incredible show. Costuming was great. I don't even know what kind of fabric. I was about 30 yards off the field. But they had a shimmer. They were undersea, and they had this shimmer, this really nice blue shimmer especially down the backs of their costumes. It looked really nice in the sun. But man, the music was great. The arrangement was great. And it just, a really engaging show from beginning to end, which we didn't get out of all the cores last night. And this is open. Spartans need to be moving up. They are better than a number of the world-class cores. So hopefully we see a change made for next year. I don't know how that works. I don't know what the requirements are. I don't even know if it can happen. I'm sure it can happen one way or another. Huge in numbers for the Spartans. But man, what a show. I hadn't seen it yet. Hopefully you get a chance to. If you have Flow Marching, you can watch it next week, starting on Thursday. I'm not sure if they're on this week at all. If you can find a Spartan show, watch it. It's really good. Seattle Cascades, not a fan of the show. The kids were playing the crap out of their music, but the show, there was nothing there for me. Nothing that pulled me in at all, really. But again, they played well. The performers played the music well. Who was next? I have a list here. Music City. Yeah, I love this show. Again, I think this is the third time I've said this on camera. The difference maker with Music City is confidence, and I saw it in person last night. A lot of hunched over, especially when they weren't playing, when there was just movement with the horn players. They were kind of hunched over. They didn't look energetic with their movement. And I think that's going to be a big difference maker for them. I think all right, so I played football. You leave it all on the field. If they start leaving it all on the field for the rest of this week, I think Music City is going to bump up. It's a great show. In their opening sequence, I wish, and I think I said this the last time I talked about Music City, I wish they would add more tension musically, getting to the finale of that first sequence, because it's got such an opportunity to build, and it's real flat. I mean, it's very together, but very spacey. And I think if you ran like a mellow line or something underneath, that just kind of gives it a little bit more energy, a little more juice, crescendo up to the end of that piece, that opening piece. I think that will also help put the core kind of over the top and move them up a little bit. I'm not usually one to talk about color guard choreography. Music City choreography I thought was great. It really caught my eye. And then especially the finale when they all had the crow wings on actually before they even got to the bell. When they first put the wings on and they had the line in front of the musicians, that was a really sharp look. And then they all kind of flocked over to the bell. What they were doing on that bell, visually they were it was so chaotic, and I wish there was more of that in this show. The opening was great. The finale was great. Everything in between was good. It was really good. More energy. But what was going on in that finale, I wish that it happened throughout. On the flip side of that, they had a really nice solo, and they made a really nice moment. The soloist got onto the arm of the clock, the hand, and it was pushed real slow as he stood there, and it brought the entire core around, kind of company front, and that made for a really great moment of the night. Very, very beautiful. So Music City, also, I had to get this because I love the show so much. And I think this artwork is incredible. This is my style of artwork right here. This is the Music City show t-shirt. It's actually the only merch I bought last night. But I love this. I love this shirt. I haven't washed it yet, otherwise I'd have it on for this video. But yeah, this is their show. It tolls for thee. Fantastic. Love the show. Just got to get some more energy into it. And man, the potential is so high with that show. All right, moving on. Pacific Crest. My second favorite show last year, Pacific Crest. This year, just not cutting it. I like the look of the costuming. I'm hearing a lot of, I don't want to say negative talk about their costuming. I liked it. I thought it looked really sharp, and that gold really popped off the field, the gold trim that they have on the costuming. The tree that they've got looked really cool on the field. Really, really good show concept, but they're just not hitting it. They're just not hitting it. The finale was kind of in the right place, but again, like Music City, the energy wasn't there in the finale. So I don't know if it's like a conditioning thing or maybe it's just written this way, but I'd be going full bore with that finale piece. The opening was real cool. A lot of chaos in the opening. But besides that, you know, you're in and out with the show. It's like one thing will pique your interest, another thing will pique your interest, but they're not holding your attention the entire show this year. But again, and I don't know what these kids are drinking this year. These kids are playing the crap out of their music this year. It's usually when I go and see things live, it's a lot different live DCI than it is on TV. Usually we don't really hear a full core sound until the later cores. This year, these kids are playing their butts off, and it's really nice and entertaining, and it feels good. Troopers. So this is their final show in a series of 4. They brought the girl back from show 1, the oil show, who played the cello, 25 feet up in the air, whatever it was. Daredevil, stunt woman. They pulled her back last night. She's coming to play with them for the rest of the week. Really nice. They're missing the opportunity for a big reveal of her. They blew a big chance with a reveal moment. They just sat her down on the front line and she played. Oh my God. After we saw her up in the air, 25, 30 feet or whatever it was, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and then you're just going to sit her down on the front line. Oh man. From a production and visual perspective, big letdown, but she played really well and added to the show musically and emotionally. It's a very emotional-driven show. I do not like the ending. I like the concept of the ending. I don't like the way it was done. And it just seemed to drag on the finale. I think they've got to amp that up a bit. And there are ways to do that with what they're doing. Huge scenery. So the entire field was covered with mountain. Yeah, big production. Missed opportunities. I always talk about missed opportunities with this show. The last 3, through the roof. Big fan of the last 3 shows. I don't think that this one matches up with the leading up 2 shows to this finale. Who do we have next? What was my favorite show until last night? Now my second favorite show. The Blue Knights crushed it. Crushed it as I would have expected. I think I was expecting a little more power. again, the TV versus in life. I was expecting a lot of power. There wasn't power, but man, they were tight. They were tight. They sounded great. Everything looked great. Everything looked on spot. And guess what? They moved up last night. They made a pass over Colts. So good on you, Blue Knights. Keep it going all week, leading into finals. See if you can get another spot or two. I think you can. I really think you can. Then we have the Colts. This show I actually saw from way up. There was no intermission. I ran up top to get some stuff, and I got blocked off from getting back to my seat. So I can't really comment on this show that much. The finale sounded really well. It sounded really cool with the chord shifts that were happening underneath the melodies, and but the rest of the show I can't really comment on. I hear it's much better in person than it is on Flow Marching on TV. So I'll take those words for what they are. However, Blue Knights just passed Colts last night. Blue Stars, I am not into this show at all. Too gimmicky. It's not a drum corps show. It's called Spectator Sport. They've got the bleacher. It reminds me of high school. It's just high school sports. Yeah, it lacks that emotional pull. That being said, the sound coming out of Blue Stars is incredible. Very, very powerful. Very tight. And that's probably how I haven't looked at the point breakdowns, but that's probably how they're getting all their points. Very, very strong sound from the Blue Stars. Like I said, the show is it's gimmicky. It's, yeah, I don't know. It's just not what you want when you see a drum corps show. But I can't express enough how strong and how tight they sound. So good on you. You're very, very fun to listen to. I just don't agree with the direction of the show. Then we had my new favorite show, and I never thought it was going to be this way on TV. I'm just not feeling it. But in person, they kick you back in your seat, and they get you out of your seat. They were my favorite show last year. Phantom Regiment, man. Holy cow. Performance is off the charts. Confidence is off the charts. Their playing is off the charts. I mean, this show in person is not what you're watching on television. Not even close. Wow. Phantom Regiment, keep pushing. Who's ahead of you? Boston, Blue Coats, and Blue Devils. I think you could beat Blue Devils. I think you can do it. Yeah. I've got you over Blue Coats. The thing is, Blue Coats are so tight. Oh, my God. We'll get to them in a second. But Phantom Regiment, the only thing I saw with Phantom Regiment, they have a section, with the show-off portion of the show, which is what I call it, where, the sections have to all that stuff, that sounded a little muddy to me. And it could have been the microphones coming off of the field. So I'm not going to say one way or the other. I'm just telling you how I heard it. So that might be holding them back a little bit. But besides that one moment, everything else is, good God. Thank you, Phantom Regiment. Incredible. And I'm so glad I got to see you live this year. You got rained out last year. Last year, you had one of my favorite shows of all time. Yeah, I'm just so happy I saw that show live last night. Blue Devils, when they come in with their hit in their opening, with those deep minor keys, oh my God. And the movement of the core with the, the back and forth, that is effect, almost like I've never seen. I mean, I'm getting, excuse me, like nightmarish vibes there. And I don't even know if that's what you're going for. But, man, emotionally, that opening, man, it strikes you. It strikes you hard. So thank you for that. They have a really cool kind of – last year they had a song from Pokemon. They kind of have that moment again in their show this year, which I really enjoyed. It's very fun to listen to, very upbeat. I like that portion of the show. And then the finale with the flag. Everybody loves the flag moment with the core coming up the ramps and around. Again, moments. You want to create moments. Blue Devils has, they've got two big moments. Their opening hit. I don't want to say opener, not with the solo and trio, which sounds great and sets up for that hit really well. But the first hit and the finale for Blue Devils, great. I also really enjoyed the Blue Devils staging throughout the entire show. Whoever wrote their show, it was a really nice show to follow visually. But sorry, I've got Phantom over you, Blue Devils, which means nothing. I'm not one of the judges. And then we had the Blue Coats, and I don't know what to say about the Blue Coats because they sound so good, so powerful, so tight. The show is kind of breaky, and they're relying on technology a lot, with synthesizer work, pre-recordings. I think it covers up a lot of the talent that the core has. That's just my opinion. It is a great show. Individual performance off the charts. Every individual in that core, they're doing their own thing and they're doing it well. Again, we talk about confidence. The Blue Coats, every single one of those members on that field, they know what they're doing and they're ready. They're excited to perform it. You could tell they're having fun. I love the show live. Musically, I want to be engaged the entire show, and musically, I just feel like it was a break. But that being said, they probably are the best core out there. Tonight we've got another action-packed lineup in order of performance: Genesis, the Crossmen, the Academy, Spirit of Atlanta, Madison Scouts, the Mandarins, Cavaliers, Santa Clara Vanguard, Carolina Crown, and then Boston Crusaders, which I am stoked to see. I did not like Boston last year. They're very quirky this year. Fun and energetic music, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that show. So let's wrap up night one, Allentown, DCI Eastern Classic. Great night one last night. And, man, I'm looking forward to night two tonight. So I will be back tomorrow to give you the wrap-up on that from my point of view. And thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.